Okay.
All right, what we're doing now is headed over here. We're live on the Wagners channel, and we're going to show everyone something they can never unsee.
Says I have a Grand Design Momentum 397
You're gonna ruin this for everybody.
I'm about to ruin this for every Imagine owner.
It's a sports bra.
See the straps. There's what is protecting.
If you think that's a sports bra, smash the thumbs up button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We are on our way to go camping. This is our first camping trip of the 2021 camping season. I guess not really season. We don't really have seasons.
Yeah, camping's not really a season when you do it all year round.
But we are headed up to East Harbor State Park. It's our first time going up there, so why not go to Lake Erie in January?
Yeah, it'd be great. That's why we go to Mohican in November. So yeah, it's the same thing. But we've gotten a lot of new subscribers in the last month or two, and we appreciate that. So if you're new to our channel, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for following along on our crazy adventures. We have 2 dogs, in case you don't know that already. They're racked out right now. I hope you can see them. I'm not sure what the lighting is. But Wade is a 6-month-old Australian cattle dog, a blue heeler, and Cash is 9 years old. She's a black Labrador retriever. So they kind of run our lives basically and own everything we own. So that's pretty much it. Just thanks for following along with our channel, especially if you're new here. Thanks for subscribing, and we hope you guys like this video from East Harbor State Park.
Thanks for watching.
Okay, here's a site at East Harbor State Park. Site number B20. B is the only section that's open right now. I'll show you the site. It's 50 and 30 hookup. Or 50 and 30 amp hookup, I should say. Most of the sites in this section are pull-through. It was off by 2 inches on this side of the camper, which technically will be the left side of your camper. It's the right side of ours, because we actually pulled in here the opposite direction. And the reason we did that is because we're camping with Mike and Lynn, and we did kind of a buddy site here in the middle. So we're gonna have a fire here in a little bit. So if you use B20, this would probably be the side you have on the side of your door right here. Like I said, we just pulled in backwards. This is what the site would look like for you. So it's off by 2 inches, like I said, on the other side. It'd be on your left side. But it's a pretty nice site. Hey everyone, we're just wrapping up our weekend here at East Harbor State Park, and it's our first trip here, as we mentioned, and it's pretty quiet here for winter camping. We've seen some other videos, like the Wagner videos. East Harbor's pretty busy, and we just kind of want to, as we're wrapping this up, talk to you a little bit about winter camping and some of the stuff you can expect when you're here. So as you can see behind us, this is section A.
Yeah.
And there's no one here. There was a tent here earlier.
These are your facilities when winter camping.
Yeah. Not all parks have their bathrooms open or shower houses open.
Yeah.
So they don't. So that's what, if you're not using your camper, that's what you're using, is the porta-john. But you can see how empty it is here. We used our camper. We always do. We don't dry camp. And we've gotten some questions about that in the past, about what do you guys do between trips? So I'll answer that. I've answered, when people ask us that, I always try to message them back. But what we do, I carry a Viair air compressor in my truck, and I'll hook it up to the city water connection. Use the compressor. It's regulated down to like 25 psi or 30 psi. I'll blow out the water lines. So I'll just turn the compressor on. Andrea will usually go inside, open up the hot and colds on all the faucets, the toilet, all that stuff, blow all the water out of it, and then we will pour some RV antifreeze down in the P-traps and then the toilet.
He says he does all of it.
Yeah. That's what we do most of the time. Now, if it's going to be below freezing for several days, then I will go ahead and just run some antifreeze through it. So it's not a big deal. In our tour video, I showed you that little plastic panel. I cut a hole in the wood panel, put the plastic one in, so we now have a door where we can just open up, and if I need to bypass the or put the pump in bypass mode, I can do that really quick. It's really easy. RV antifreeze is cheap, and it people get kind of caught up in winterizing. It just takes a few minutes to winterize a camper. It's not a big deal. The concept's easy. Get the water out and put the antifreeze in. It's really not that big a deal. I know people are really concerned with that.
We did it 3 or 4 times every season, just if not more.
And that doesn't count the times where we camp and we don't fully winterize it, but we just blow the lines out and put the water down in the P-traps. Big thing on it is, I would say make sure you put enough antifreeze down in the shower drain. That's the hardest one to fix if there's a problem. So therefore, you should make sure you have enough in the shower. Don't be afraid to put a little extra in there. But that being said, it's easy to camp in the winter. Just know whatever park you're going to, know
what they have available.
Yeah, know what the availability is. There's a website for that. We may link it in the description of this video. But again, we went to Grand Lake St. Mary's, and that was wrong. Like, we called them and they said, yeah, we have water, and they did not. So most of the time, if we leave from the house, we have the camper full of water when we leave the house.
Yeah.
And here we did not. We actually, the camper was a Grand Design. They winterized it, so I unwinterized it when I got here and filled up the tank. It's not that big a deal to winter camp.
Yeah, and when we got here to get water, instead of at the normal station where you'd fill out the dump station or where the potable water should be, it was actually right at the camp welcome center, check-in office.
Yeah.
They just had a hose there for us to use. So, you just kind of need to know those little things before you get here, and especially because it's dark usually when we arrive. So
it's dark in the winter.
It's nice to have a game plan because it gets dark so early.
I've seen this on several parks, not all of them. It'll say winter camping. There'll be a sign, it'll say water for winter camping, and that's what that's set up there. So that's where you get it. It's not the normal places. The dump stations are open. There's not water on at the sites, even if it's a full hookup. Make sure your propane's full. If we have a fireplace in our camper, and that's what we use for the most part to heat, but in order to keep our tanks heated in the underbelly, we have to run the furnace. So sometimes the fireplace will keep the furnace from kicking on, and we have to make sure we set it to where it will kick on. So that's one thing you got to pay attention to. Another thing is kind of similar concept. Yesterday morning, we noticed that the sun was coming through the window and hitting the thermostat, and it said it was 84 degrees, which obviously it was 27 here yesterday. But that would keep the furnace from kicking on. So kind of pay attention to that type of stuff. I mean, that's some kind of tips and tricks for winter camping. We love it, and this is some of the part we like here a lot, is that there's nobody here. usually it's you and your friends, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
we had all the trails to ourselves. You know, you don't have to, if you're outside talking late at night, you don't need to worry about being disruptive. It's just super relaxing. I mean, if you listen, there's nothing.
Yeah,
it's just the chatter of squirrels and
take plenty of firewood with you, that type of stuff. Trying to think of anything else. It's
the camp stores aren't open, so if you do forget something, you have to run into
you're on
town.
your own, basically. I mean, we haven't even seen a ranger this weekend at all. But we've noticed that there's a couple parks, like Indian Lake is a good example. We don't like camping there when it's busy, but we camped there in the off season and it was awesome. Yeah. So, you know, you're going to see the parks in a different way when you camp in the off season or in the winter. So
yeah,
that's pretty much it for this trip. So,
but we enjoyed it. It'll probably be a off season park for us just because we do enjoy
really
this
busy.
solitude, but it's a nice park. There's lots of trails and there's lots of stuff to do, and Lake Erie's real pretty. We went and looked at the cool lighthouse. That was about it. So we had a great time, and we'll probably be back, just not in the normal summer months.
So thanks for watching our channel. We really appreciate it. If you haven't liked and subscribed, the bottom right hand corner is where you do that.
And also follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate it.
Thanks. He likes to get the handle.
You just grab it and hold on.